Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Just waiting for our raid train to get here. Oh, oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just getting stuff out of the way. I had a show earlier today, so of course, everything's a mess. Hello, welcome in. I've got some really fun books tonight, so hopefully you guys are in the mood for some fun books. Let me just get some stuff here out of my way. Okay. Let's see. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Okay, there we go. Okay. Welcome in. We're just going to wait for the raid to get here and then we'll go ahead and get started. Oops. Okay, let's see. Just add, I don't think I added a Gimme last night. I'm going to do that right now while we're waiting. Oops. Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. Hello. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully we'll have our folks here with us soon. Unless I think it's still, I'm going to minimize you guys for 1 second, okay? Minimize this. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Welcome back. All right. Okay. Let me go ahead and I'll pull a couple more books out and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. So I got some really fun ones in here. I collect a lot of kids' books because I love kids' books. So I got a lot of these. I have a really cool Norman Rockwell book I got a little while ago. So I love that book. And I do have some fun golden books. So I've got a few really fun things we can go through and look at. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and start the Gimme. I think what I'm going to do for the Gimme, I got this awesome set of older Garfield comics from, I know it's isn't technically a book, but it's kind of a book. Hello, everybody. So I was just going to start the Gimme. I'm going to do I got this awesome lot of Garfield comics not too long ago. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of these for your Gimme. So I'm going to go ahead and start the Gimme right now. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, welcome in. Welcome, guys, to the Give Me More Books raid train. Thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Nix99 Picks for running it. And I know there was one other conductor and I forgot who it was. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. I forgot who the conductor was. If somebody can save me, let me know. I have some really cool books here to share with you guys. I am a junk journaler by trade, so I get a lot of books and have many to share. And so I wanted to share with you guys some fun ones that I've had. Some of these I've had for quite a while, and I have decided I'm probably not going to use them for my own crafting. And some I haven't had for very long at all, but picked up recently at some estate sales. So I also have in the bin, or at least I should have in the bin, I make little golden book journals with my cinch machine. So I have these two in the bin right now. So if anyone's interested, you can go ahead and pick those up in the bin. They're just no worries, no worries. I had to make dinner for my mom, so I'm a little behind. This one has actual graph paper in it. This is the Anastasia one. And then this one has just lined pages. But if anyone's interested in either of those, they are in the bin right now. I only have those two left at the moment. I haven't made any more recently. So all right. So let's go ahead and show some books. Let me go ahead and Let's see. I'll pin this one because I know where this book is right now. So I have this Three Bears book. I believe that this is, oh, you don't, oh, let me see if Anastasia may not be in there. Let me see if it's in the bio now. Hold on. It might just be Aladdin. Or maybe Aladdin's in the auction tab. Uh-oh, shoot. All right, I will have to, hold on one sec. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I know it's in here. I think, you know, do you ever try to import inventory and then you forget and go off the page and go do something else? I did that last night like 3 times. So I was betting 1,000. So this book, I don't have the Cinderella one anymore. That one actually did sell, but this is a Three Little Bears book, or the Three Bears book. I think this is a repro of a linen book because the Cinderella one looked very similar to this, and I had the original Cinderella one, which was from like the 1930s. This one is, I think, a repro of that because it's definitely not linen paper, obviously. I don't exactly know when it was published. These unfortunately don't have copyright dates in them. But I thought I would share this one with you guys. I think it's so cute. The pictures are amazing. Nice. There's a lot of color, but there is some black and white. And it's just the sweetest little book. So initially, probably, I would guess published in like the 1930s based on like the look of it. No worries. Thank you. Thanks for the purchase. I appreciate it. But I just thought, I just love this. I love these old books. I love these old illustrations. I just love everything about it. So I'm going to run this one. It's $2. So you'd only get this one. There isn't a choice, even though that's what the listing says, because the Cinderella one is sold. So that one's running right now. The Three Bears is running right now. I hope you guys are having a good evening. I hope you've had a good time on the train today. All right. Thank you guys for looking at that one. I also found this awesome Norman Rockwell book at a estate sale recently. So let me go ahead and show this one to you guys. I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. I do have some Disney books in case anyone's interested. I do have a few little golden books I'm gonna show. So quite a bit of stuff to look at. If anyone's, I know someone on an earlier show mentioned LBGs. So if you're interested in little golden books, I can definitely show those. So here we go. So here's the Norman Rockwell book. This book is called Faith of America. I've gotten a few different Norman Rockwells in my time as a, you know, book buyer, so you could say. And one of them I got was like, it was like Family in America, maybe, or something like that. And so it was a lot of images of obviously family members and, you know, people all together. So this one is kind of different, but it's not like overtly like what I would call like an overt faith book, if that's not your jam. You know, it's not like just pictures of people in church. You know, but this was published in, let me find you a date for this guy. 1980 is when this book was published. So it's in pretty good shape for 1980, I think. And a lot of the pages are beautifully done. Okay, let's see. We're gonna start this one and let me see. Okay. We go ahead and pin this at the bottom. There we go. Okay. All right. So this is the Faith of America. 1980 is the publication date, and it is a Norman Rockwell book. In most Norman Rockwell, you know, books like this, they do give you a really cool like overview, a little bit of his life. This is a very famous picture of him. And so it's just a collection of some amazing different images. So there's this one here. Brandy's book nook. Congratulations on winning the Gimme. That's awesome. So here are some more, and it's just these really pretty pages. Some of them are full page, like this one here with the guys at the barbershop. And then, you know, some of them obviously are a little smaller than that, and it tells you where they're from. So a lot of these are New York Post covers. I love this one of the kids running from the lake where they're not supposed to be swimming. So I think that's so fun. But some of these are really, really awesome. And I just love them. I love this one, the little girl with the black eye there. Obviously, this one is a very famous picture as well. So I don't know. I just love this book. It's a very big book. It's 11 by 14, I think, or let's see, 11 by 8. So it's a very nice big book, and it does have this dust cover on it. Here's what the cover looks like without it. It's a very beautiful cover of a book. If you took the dust cover off, it's kind of textured, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and run this one in case anyone's interested. And it's for 15 seconds. We'll run that right now. It's running for $5. Again, 1980 with illustrations by Norman Rockwell. Love it. I love this book. I love Norman Rockwell paintings. Oh, look at this one. That's so cool. Oh, so cool. Look, he even did a first step on the moon. He died in 78, which I did not know. I didn't know he lived that long. I was born in 78, dating myself. So I didn't know he was that old when he passed, or that recently, I guess I should say. This book I found the other day at also at an estate sale. And yes, thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate you. Thank you to Addictive Otter Crafts for helping Nick's Picks and what do you call it, co-organizing this train. I appreciate this. So this book is called A Year in the Life of My Daughter. It was an empty book, which is kind of sad. I was at an estate sale, obviously, where I got these. And this book is kind of like, it's like some other ones that you would have seen where people go ahead and fill out different things in here. So this is from 99. And so this is a, it's kind of takes the place of like a scrapbook that we would know of today. So you started with a personal note from me to you, and then it has a whole bunch of different elements in here that you can fill out, pages and questions and prompts to fill out for each part of the year. So for example, it starts here with fall, and then it gives you a cool quote, and then it just says, like fun things you did before school. And then there's lots of pages in here for writing down thoughts and feelings and all that stuff. And again, more prompts. This one says your grade level and a few reasons you looked forward to it. So it's just a way to kind of keep track of things. Back to school wardrobe, personal style. So this is probably a good one for maybe for kids who are maybe going into like middle school or maybe like sixth grade. The bonds of friendship, my thoughts about the new friends you made this year or last year, old ones. And then it just keeps going kind of through all these different elements. So you can really have a good time with this book. And obviously there's enough room, there's prompts in here, but there's enough room in here for you to kind of make it your own based on, your child and everything. So I thought that this was really fun. So again, it's from 1999. And I think it's pretty, although you could definitely do more to the cover if you wanted to. So we'll go ahead and run this one. Hold on one sec. I'm just gonna do. I forgot to do general listings for books that aren't in my buy it now. I forgot about that. Sorry, guys. All right. This is a hardcover book, so it is a little heavy. And I'll start the auction on this one for 15 seconds for $3. So it's running right now in case anyone is sentimental like I am and likes books like these. But it does have some stuff. How we celebrated your birthday. That's a fun one. You could also obviously put pictures in here, or put some ephemera in here. Things that you remembered from childhood and all that. So really, some really fun stuff. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. I do also have this adorable Winnie the Pooh book. It does have a dust cover. There is some rips back here on the dust cover. However, the cover of the book, the actual cover, is really cute and adorable. No problem. Thanks, Nick. Thank you for helping with for organizing the raid train. I appreciate that. So here's what it looks like without the dust cover on it. It's a beautiful book. And this one is from 19. It does have a inscription there. This one is from, where'd it go? 1954, and then reprinted in 1961. So this is what I would call a typical Winnie the Pooh book in that it has like the little illustrations throughout and then the stories in there as well. So if you're a Winnie the Pooh fan, I think books like these are adorable and they're so fun to play with. Most of my books I buy to destroy because I'm going to use them for junk journals. So, that's how I do. But I think this book is so cute. I love it without the dust cover on it. Obviously, the dust cover is great to kind of keep things safe. For the most part, it's in pretty good shape. God, this book was $2.95 when it was sold. Isn't that crazy, you guys? $2.95. Oh my goodness. And that would have been expensive. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and run this guy. Let me find it here. Start this one for $2. And this one is running right now in case anyone's interested in Winnie the Pooh. I love all these little illustrations. They're so cute. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. I love it. I love these so much. Oh, I'm so sorry. There is a tear in this book right here. I just noticed this, Nick. I'm so sorry. Let me know if you want to cancel that and I'll take the cancellation. It looks like there's just a page missing. I did not notice that before. I'm so sorry. Do you want to cancel that, Nick? Okay. Yeah, exactly. We're junk journalers. That's what we do. So yeah, okay, cool. So sorry about that. I did not notice that. I flipped through this book like 3 times and totally missed it. So I apologize. All right. Awesome. Alrighty. Winnie, Nix, 99 picks. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So here are a couple, let me show us a couple golden books I have. We're together for a half an hour. Oh my goodness. You know what, Nick? I didn't even look to see who I'm rating. Can you tell me who I'm rating? I totally forgot that this was a raid train and I needed to do that. I'm so sorry. So let me go ahead and show you a few of these books. Okay. Eeh, eeh. All right. So I did get a couple little golden books, and I also have a Walt Disney like a reader book, the part of the Wonderful World of Reading. Those books are a little bit bigger, but the idea is they're like a little golden book. Bethy Bookish Shop. Okay, great, awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate you. I'm so sorry. I totally spaced on looking. I just looked at my own time, of course, like a ding dong. Okay, all right. Okay, there we go. So the first one I have is the Rescuers. These will all be one price. I'll do them for $2 each, so you'll just be able to choose. So this is a Rescuers. This one is older. So there is a little wear on this guy. I love The Rescuers. This was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I loved actually Rescuers Down Under was one of my favorite movies as a kid. This one was done in 1977. If you don't know this story, it's about basically two little mice who are from the Rescue Aid Society and they go around the world and save people. Bianca and Bernard are their names. Bianca was voiced by Zsa Zsa Gabor. So that's a whole thing in and of itself. Thank God for the 1970s. So there's that one. I also have this Oscar's New Neighbor book. This is from 1992. And this is a really great one where Oscar obviously is grouchy about something. Oh, this is when Oscar gets a female grouch, it looks like, who lives across from him. But of course, there is Big Bird in there. I'm going to run all these and you'll get to choose, Nick. So just 1 minute. Let me go through. I have two more and then I'll run them. I also got this one, the My Manners book. I love this book. This one does have some wear here on the side, but this is an older one as far as I am aware. Let me see what this one is. This one's 1962. This one has pictures and illustrations by Richard Scarry. I am a huge Richard Scarry kid, so every time I see his books, I grab one. In fact, I may not let you guys have this one because I think I bought it for that very reason. So never mind, you never saw that. And then I also got this one, My New Puppy book. This one does have a barcode on the front, and this one is from. It says 1969, but I don't know if we had barcodes in 1969. I don't know. You guys tell me. But this one's very cute. Obviously, there's a little sticker up there, little price sticker residue. But this one is so cute. Little sweet little pup. So we'll do your choice, and you can choose either the Oscar's New Neighbor, the New Puppy, or the Rescuers book. They'll all be. I think I'm starting them at $2, but let me just double check. Yeah. So hold on one sec. Let me just edit this real quick. We're gonna do. Sorry, real quick. Your choice. Okay. All right. And start the auction on this one. $2 each. You get to choose one and is running right now. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. I love this Rescuers book. Again, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. They save a little girl named Penny, who is kidnapped by a really mean lady because they think that she knows where like a jewel is or something in the bayou. It's a wild story. Thank you, Nick. You wanted Oscar, right? Yes. What did I do? Oh, here it is. Okay, you got it. Thank you. Very Penny is very Annie coded, and the mean lady is very Miss Hannigan coded from Annie. If you're a Annie kid, so just FYI. I also have this awesome older Rip Van Winkle book. This one was published in MCM LXI, which I think is 1961, right there. And so this one, I love this because all these little gnomies are so cute. And the illustrations in this are adorable. The cover itself, like this is actually, I think, in very good condition. This is a Rand McNally book, which was kind of, there were similar books to LGBs that came out around the same time. And They were actually published by the Rand McNally Company, which was a like the map company basically that made atlases. I think they had a publishing arm. Obviously, they were publishing stuff, so they published books too. And it was for like car trips. The idea was that you could give them to your kids to read on the road. They were smaller books. They were easier to pack and keep track of. All right, awesome. I also have this very old Three Famous Tales book. I got this over the summer at an estate sale. I don't. Again, this does not have a publication date in it because it's old. And for whatever reason, it seems like they just didn't do that then. So I cannot tell you the actual date on this. I've tried to do a little research on it and I just couldn't really find anything that I was confident was correct. But this book has some of the most gorgeous illustrations. Like this color red, I can't describe to you how vibrant that color red is when you're looking at this book. This is it has 3 stories in it: Little Red Riding Hood, Robinson Crusoe, and Valentine and Orson, which is a kind of an older, I think it's a Greek tale or Roman tale. But I adore everything about this book. I love these illustrations. Obviously, it is worse for wear, so I wasn't going to be too upset about destroying it. But it is absolutely stunning. These pictures are stunning. Here's some of the Robinson Crusoe pictures. It's absolutely stunning. I just love so many things about this. I love these little title pages in the middle that are just this like brown, and it's a brown coloring for the illustration, which I think is so cool. And here's the Valentine and Orson, excuse me. So it's really beautiful. And here's what the back looks like. Again, it's very worse for wear because I do think that this is pretty old. There's obviously tape on this binding. So I mean, this thing has been around the block. Man, I'm telling you, DoorDashers are, I don't know, what's the word? Bold? Bold, is that the word? All right. Hang on one sec. Let me just, I know I have this in here, so let me pull it in from inventory. I thought I had done it. 3. Here it is. Okay. Mm, mm. Oops, hold on. There we go. All right. So this one is also a bigger book. It's like a 11 by 8 maybe. So I start the auction on this for $3, and this one is also running right now. Yeah, bold. That's the word I want. Bold. Again, no date on this book. If you can do more research on it and find something, more power to you. I had a hard time finding a good date that I loved. Nick, this book is so cool. I'm so glad another junk journaler is going to get it. I probably should want to keep it and like preserve it, but it's so cool looking that I'm like, oh my God. Like those Little Red Riding Hood pictures they're stunning. They're absolutely stunning. I hope you scan it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I know, right? That's the thing. There's so many possibilities about that book. That's one of the things I absolutely adore about it. Okay, let's see. I got a few more things here. I got a Mother Goose. I got some Disney here. I got some bigger Disney books. Let me show these real quick. Actually, let me show this really fast. This Tolkien coloring book is amazing. I know. That's the thing. I let a couple things go, honestly, in sales a couple of times in the past, like 4 or 5 months, and I didn't scan them. I'm so mad that I didn't scan them before I let them go. Like, that was really dumb. This is a Tolkien coloring book, and it's absolutely stunning. So I did get this at Goodwill. I paid up for it a little bit, but the pictures in here are amazing. I probably honestly would not color this. What I was planning to do is use it for junk journaling and just pull the pictures apart because they're so cool looking. And sometimes I like just putting the black and white in because I think it looks amazing just in black and white. So if you're into medieval stuff or castles and all that, or Tolkien, I think you would really love this one. Some of this is from the Silmarillion, which is a book I think that takes place before The Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings. So some of these, like I said, these images, these are also very what's the word I want? Very intricate. And so if I'm just doing stuff for fun, I don't necessarily want to color intricate things like this, but if I'm using them for something like a junk journal, I will. So you can see, but some of these, like that dragon is so cool. Or if you're doing like How I Trained Your Dragon book, like some of these would be awesome for that. Or if you have a friend or a kid who's really into Lord of the Rings, like they might really dig. These books do have a little bit of a thicker paper, so you could definitely use probably not marker, but maybe alcohol markers would be okay. Obviously, I think most people use colored pencils on them, but I think you could do either, really. But this book is so cool. The horses are awesome. So this is getting into the Lord of the Rings here at the end. Some really fun images. I love the elephant there. So this book, I mean, it's really stunning. So there's Frodo. And there's Samwise at the end there. So there's this book. I'll go ahead and run this one. All right, let's see. Hold on one sec. I know we have to go in just a minute. But let me see. Yeah, that should be right. Okay, so I'm gonna run this one. We're gonna start at $3. And this is also running right now in case anyone was interested in this guy. Again, you don't have to destroy it. That's one of the reasons why I got it, because I thought that the black and white pictures would look really cool. Sometimes I like to put them in between, obviously, the other pages I'm working on to give people like a little bit of a break, especially if my books are super colorful or super involved. I think it kind of helps. But all right, awesome. Thank you guys. And then I do have two of these oversized Mickey books. So this one is it's part of the Disney's Wonderful World of Knowledge. There's a whole volume of books. I think there were 12 total. They were something like one a month in the 80s, I think, maybe the 90s. This might be 90s actually. Let me see. 73 and 82 are the two dates on this. So one of the things I love about these books are the illustrations, which are so classic Disney to me. And each one was about something different. So this one is about transportation. So you just go through and you get all these really cool illustrations and pictures of different types of transportation. And I just think that that's really cool. And it tells you everything about, shipping lanes and over the road routes and all kinds of stuff. So obviously Pete is the main guy in this one as the main character who's like kind of walking you through everything. I love the fact that they have a thing about the dirigible. I love that. But I think that's a really cool picture of like Western expansion. That's a bridge. I think that's the Bay Bridge. Which bridge is that? Or is that I think that's the Bay Bridge. Oh no, I'm sorry. The Verrazano Narrows Bridge links Staten Island and Brooklyn. Sorry, that's the Verrazano. We're gonna go see Beth's bookish. Beth's bookish. What was it again? Beth's bookish shop in just a couple minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this one. I also have this one which you can choose. This one is heavier than that, but this one is just Mickey's Surprise. Oh, never mind. That's just the cover. I must have destroyed that. Sorry, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and run this one. So sorry. All right. So we're gonna start this one for $3. And this one is running right now, in case you have a kid in your life who really is in love with transportation. Okay. Some really fun ones here. Awesome. Thank you guys for looking. Oh, so sorry. Okay, this is it's called Cartoon Cavalcade. I got this a while ago. So let me take a look at this. Okay, yeah. So this one kind of walks you through cartoons from like newspapers and periodicals. And kind of talks a little bit about that phenomenon. So this was published in 1943. And it does have an editor's note. So here's what it looks like. It's a nice kind of bigger book. It does have a little stain there on the cover, a little stain here on the back as well. And then basically it just shows you all these different cartoons that were available in different types by different cartoonists. I think it's actually broken down by cartoonist. I love that one of the lady. And it does give you an intro here and talks a little bit about the different, cartoons and things like that. And who was doing them and why. But it actually, it's done by year. So it's working you through different decades. And when cartoons were obviously popular. So it goes all the way up to 1943 because that's when this was published. So it goes through like World War I, World War II, or part of World War II, but World War I for sure, the New Deal and all that stuff. So it kind of walks you through these different cartoons and kind of the history of them and then like what they looked like. So I think this is really fast. I find cartoons in periodicals and newspapers to be fascinating. Again, these also make really cool this can be really cool for a junk journal, which is probably why I purchased it. Here's one about Santa. So, I mean, this book is just so cool. It's very thick. There are some Disney cartoons in here. They have a special like credit in the beginning because they're a Disney cartoon. So it says like, these ones are licensed from Disney. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of political cartoons in here. That was mostly what they were talking about at the time. So Okay, so let me go ahead and run this one for you guys. This one is pretty thick. It does have some really awesome images. They get bigger, obviously, as the years go by. This page is, here's one of the Donald ones. This page is kind of coming out a little bit, so just FYI. But we will go ahead and run this guy. I'm just gonna run him for 3. He is a little bit heavier though, so let me just add to, I'm gonna put him up to a pound because he is definitely heavier than 8 to 11 ounces. My shipping is capped at $9.21 though, so we will only pay $9.21. And this one is going to run right now for $3 in case anyone's interested. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, I think this book is so cool. This is also a really good one to here's the 3 little pigs. This is from Disney. This is a really good one to scan because there's a lot of really fun images in here. So, yeah. Oh, I love this. This is like paper piecing. John Rockefeller and Stalin. That's cool. So, yeah, so that's awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I really appreciate you. Thank you for jumping on the train. We're going to go ahead and raid Jen. Let me go ahead and pull her up here. Jen. Oh, you know what? I may not be following her. Hold on one second. Hold on. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Oh, Bethy. For some reason, I thought you said Jen. Hello. Hold on. Bethy. So sorry. All right. Here we go. There she is. All right. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me, and I will see you later. Have a great afternoon and a good